Hello? Hello? Oh. Guys, this live stream is just gonna be on half an hour. Wanted to share with you all something cool that I've been working on. So I'm currently in single now. We're in single player. Put up any map. Hit here at the bottom, save scene to file. I want to hit it a couple times just in case. Show you what that does. If you give me 1 sec here. So yeah, you go to player, instant battle, and if you see, I got breakthrough, I got mod breakthrough. Now mod breakthrough is scene that I saved. I load it up, have exactly the way I left it. Might take a little to load because a lot of assets. So we're here in breakthrough. This is a great map. I personally really, and as you guys can see, basically from this point all the way down here into Entente spawn as well, I've spent a lot of time building, trying to create a base to show you guys what you want to try to do in game with engineers. And watch my previous VOD here on Twitch. I actually had a viewer playing with me, and me and him alone were able to do some of the same principles that I'm going to show you in this live stream. You know, things like layering the depth. You have high ground mixed in with low ground, and you're going to see that a lot in the next base I'm going to show you. So for this base that I built here, whole idea behind this base was you want to have the spawn point somewhere back here. Now I didn't build the spawn point room. You want the spawn point somewhere back here, and like let's say this here is the edge of the map, so no one can get through and flank you, right? So we're gonna have, let's say, this area here, or this area here, or as you see over here, this area here. This is how like you want to build from that barrier, like that hard barrier, outwards, right? So let's just pretend for the sake of this example that our spawn points here, and you know there's a lot to get through just to get to the spawn point. spot that the enemies have to fight through to get to have like high ground here. And all I simply did was use the shovel, raise the ground. I can show you an example of that in a bit. Like shovel to raise the ground, and I built up all these reinforcements here, right? Come through here. You actually have a machine gun nest here. This here overlooks a lot. It overlooks this area into the trenches as well. Have a rifleman here, a sniper here, or an actual machine gun set up there. Got this area here. Another place to defend from. And you notice I have in front barbed wire. And the whole purpose of this is to actually force the enemy when they're fighting their way through the trench trying to get to the spawn point, is to actually force them to go through the trench and not over the trench, right? Trying to force them in these close quarters engagements where like our specialists with the machine gun, like the Madsen MG or flamethrower, stormtroopers with the shotguns or the MP18 are really going to be able to do a lot of damage in these close quarters areas. And like even riflemen, you know, you're using a Lee Enfield with 10 rounds, it cycles fast, pop off shots quick, pretty accurate while moving, whatnot. This is an example here of a spawn room, right? And what I did, raise the ground with the shovel to get this nice and high, build roofs, come out here. And if you notice, like, there's straight sections of the trench, but these straight sections are the word I want to look. Straight sections are like they're cut off like these reinforced trench, right? Like a very narrow path. So even though it's straight, someone's actually got to come through here and expose themselves to get a good over here. You got elevated machine gun nests. Now elevating your machine gun nests are really good because look how much I can see in elevated position, whereas they instead of being in that elevated position, like this grass is in the way, I can't see far out there. But when I was up in this elevated position here, I can see right into the Zeppelin. That's the point right there that I'm shooting. If I'm a sniper or I'm a machine gunner and I'm just spraying, elevated position, a great vantage. So over here, got just another path that people can take, right? Got a barbed wire pit here. Got this little wooden plank used as a bridge, and it's funneled into this very narrow area. So any enemy who crosses here, they can't go this way because there's all this barbed wire. I don't want to. All this barbed wire there, so they can't go through there. Can't go through here because there's barbed wire here. So they gotta come here, right? Now when they come here, have a guy right there. Have a guy right there. You have a machine gun nest here that's covered by camo netting, and here, and here. So you're gonna come here and you're gonna get screwed. And I don't know if you see behind the camo netting, there's actually spotlights here. If they come through here, like, they're done. I don't know if the spotlights actually work in daylight, but when I was working on it, so why the spotlights were there. But same thing would work with French binocular. And you have another elevated machine gun nest position here. The roof's sideways, just a little different way you can do it. And actually a machine, put that there for cover. Anyways, let's go check out next base here. Next base is a lot more complicated and convoluted and has a lot. Start in the very back here. Starting in the very back here. This area here, this is the spawn point. I can put it down. So when you put the spawn point down, this opens right here. People are gonna be spawning here. I feel like this should be enough room where people aren't gonna be spawning on the roof or like behind this wall here. But even if they do like spawn here, fine. Got this here, right? Elevated machine gun nest, okay? And before we actually look at that, just look at this base here, okay? This base here, this is, I guess, like the main defensive area of the base where you would have your spawn point. Have so much shit to fight through. We're gonna take a whole tour. It is insane. Like I put a lot of time in this, and now realistically, a base like this, you're not gonna get done in one game unless you have like 10 engineers working on it. Even then, it may still take some time, right? Like you might need to do it in a second battle. This did take me quite a lot of time by myself. So when I say layer, defense in depth, lots of layers to the defense. So this is one layer of defense and it's elevated, right? Right below us is another layer of defense. It's trenches and stuff, right? Come through here. Like this is all covered. Goodness, if they want to push through here, this is covered. They pushing through here, it's covered. Fight back, right? They're there, boom, fight back. Fight back. And there's lots of barbed wire in places so they can't just like bypass the trenches. It's like a whole method in guiding where you want the enemies to come into your kill zones, right? Like we created a lot of kill zones in the base, and because there's so many layers to the defense, any enemy pushing it is like gonna be exposed pretty much everywhere they are. But if we're in the base and we're defending the base, like we're gonna have so much cover because of the way it's designed. Come here. This is the ravine. You actually can't build in the ravine. I'm trying to build in the, but we're able to place this wood here. Created a little bridge here. We have another elevated machine gun nest position. Look at what you can see with A. Like if a sniper's back here, he's getting tons of kills. Sniper can also be here, right here. Still got some cover. Other machine gun nest here, right? This one sees more so into the base. It's probably better for a sniper, to be honest, but this area here is kind of like enemy's not gonna really use that because it's cut off by barbed wire. To have this here, and probably better used by a sniper than this. Is probably where the machine gun will set up if he's setting up anywhere. But yeah, there's a lot to fight through just to get to here. And here's the thing, the enemy actually can't get over here. Can't, because there's barbed wire everywhere. And I mean, let's say even if they destroyed the barbed wire, they're not getting through here. A layer of barbed wire there. They somehow managed to get. One thing I do want to say is, because this map is safe, I want to find a way to upload it so other it and you can play in battles against bots. But I'm obviously going to do more work on it because you've only built up one side. I'm going to build up the German side and maybe build up A and B a little bit, right? We're gonna come over here. Now, this is a depth layer, right? So you have one set of parapet fire steps here, and then I've stacked dirt with the shovel, right? Created a line with the shovel, created another line with the shovel here, boom. Put the parapet fire step, dug a little hole in here, so it's like a little nook, right? This is a beautiful position. Set up a machine gun, set up a sniper here, or even got a rifleman here. So much here. And it's pretty well covered too. Like, you come down here, you're covered. Got roof cover up here. But of course, more stuff here. And the depth layer, you got cover here. Got your firing up here. This is, and I'm finding creative ways to try to make use of these wooden planks, because you can fill in lots of voids with them. You can make bridges as an attacker. You can use them to scale things. Like, if I want to jump up, I want to get past this barbed wire somehow, right? Okay, that wasn't such a good example. That wasn't a great example, but I'll show you an example of how you hack bases that are barbed wire and stuff. Anyways, field of view, guys. Elevated positions with your. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. Elevated positions. It gives you so much more, because you play the game, you'll see most people are just digging. They just dig. They don't stack dirt. That's the thing. In my engineering guide, I was telling people, learn to stack dirt. Stack dirt. You can do. Again, if you have a good group of engineers, if you go watch my last VOD, you can see just what me and one other engineer were able to do. Hard trenches. And what other map did we play yesterday? I forget. But like, we just us two did this similar thing where we're elevated positions and using gun nests, right? So you got this one here. Look at this. Look at what you can see with this, guys. Same. And you know, the other team, if they're coming against this, they're probably just digging. Like, they're not gonna build anything like this. I'm really excited actually to just mess around with this map when I complete the German side and have hunt like max huts and just see how this plays. Honestly, looks really. Oh, back this way. Up there was our. Huts like this. Firing positions, barbed wire so they can't. Lots of depth here. Not sure. Covered with the camo netting. Always important. I just missed that. Part, so the depth here. This is one layer of the defense. There's a... So if we're counting, that's one layer. That's a second layer, third layer. Kind of consider this probably more so. Come over here. I made this covered walkway by parapet steps and putting sides of a narrow walkway up here. Great. Good little fire step area, but also any troops that gotta come gotta go through this narrow corridor. Flesh out the barbed wire here, but well, honestly, that's my goal for this one. I complete this on the Steam Workshop for sure. I gotta figure out how to do that. And yeah, like role play or like custom servers, like I'm hoping that this map can blow up, you know. We're gonna continue on. This isn't fully developed here. I haven't really thought of what I can do here, but as of now, like it's just like a, you look at the map, it's like a little kind of U shape, right? It's important to make your trenches not straight, right? Now this is the river. The river, enemies are always pushing here, so nice and low. Got this barbed wire trap front. You got this barbed wire trap in front, is even more deadly. Got more barbed wire traps back here. There's actually a lot of barbed wire traps around here, so if you aren't careful, they're gonna die. So this right here is the last, or I guess I should say the first layer of defense. I would technically be the last one. Right up here is, again, we got more machine nests. So this here, I gotta see. I tried putting this camo net here, and I want to see what it does when you actually mount the machine gun. You can see unobstructed. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, but I usually back here anyway. Kind of just gives a little. Probably heal. Yeah, so this is the big barbed wire trap here. I'm gonna go well. Ow. Oh yeah. Here. Barbed wire trap. This machine. It is kind of covered by the but I could probably take those. Like here. But yeah, like you, that's A over there. You a secondary build by A there from the river. Again, using these planks here. Now, I'm actually curious. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how wood reacts with artillery. I haven't got to test that out. Testing on that. If I can get a custom server, probably try to do some custom server. A lot of testing because there's a lot of questions and things that I gotta find help with, right? Or we could just go in. Yeah, again, more elevated position. This is closer to the front. Oh. Now let's say our team needs to attack C. Have this base here. We have tons of coverage from these. Attack C. Rated. Firing position. All covered. Low roof. Another barbed wire trap. Funneling your enemy. That guy's down there. Cross here. You're gonna have to go here. Can't just. So, trench here. I did make it straight, but look what I did. For us to fight forward, and I tried to make this trench as hard for the enemy team to fight back. So you'll notice I don't put any parapet steps facing south. Parapet steps facing south, so they can't fire back at us from elevated. I put this ring here, so again this here. Pass it. I gotta do something about that. That's too easy. But anyways, now let's say you're an enemy and you're storming this position. Killed the machine gunner. You're here. You get the choice to go here or here, right? You'll probably go here because it's closer cover. That's where you can get killed from someone there or there. But also check this out. They come here. It's really hard to see that barbed wire. They might see that to the left, but they might come here and think like, yo, I can like go down here and on the or these principles that work here. Got this little area of cover here and a straight area, but it's easy for us to fight because you have this little nook here. You can third person peek. Anyone coming through here. Okay. On the high ground. Area to fight back here, right? This trench line here, it's been developed in order to push C if they take C from it. That's the whole purpose of this. Hard as possible for the enemy. Got this little gap here. Boom. Machine gun nests. And good note, for the most part, not need to worry about anyone coming here because after you can't cross it. Got barbed wire road there, down here, barbed wire here. Now let's say they do break this, you know, we just have an engineer, a blank slate here, create a new trench here, force this. Got this area here. Now it doesn't directly allow for fire there, so if the enemies were trying to use it, they could probably get killed by some of the sight lines over there. This is more so like we have C, we're trench now to kind of affect our fire there. Got a little nook here, firing here. Another good firing position. Pushing up, right. Sight lines on them. Making, right? Great. Hard to fight through barbed wire here so they can't. have the steps to fight back, they don't. Come here. Can't fight back. They can't fire. Maybe they can fire, but they don't have the steps. Steps really make. Here. Parapet fire step. Oh, excuse me. Little parapet fire step. Here. Next bit here. Again, this is oriented fighting, and I try to make it. I gotta jump that, time that jump it. This barbed wire I didn't actually. Try to dig a trench, but I just put this together. Here, got this ramp here. That's how we would kind of back. Like I said, the whole idea behind this. Whole idea making looping. Hey, if they retake C, we have a fight back. Obviously, C is higher ground down here. But cover like that. There's longer sight lines we want to cover. For here, there is some sight lines they can get up, but we have cover. Boom. Here, look at that, you're covered. Come here, shouldn't really be getting shot. I could probably add more cover, especially if you're just, because there's such a high, really have to do this sneaking method. While I'm here, I want to show how I make it. Simply get the shovel at max height. Max height. polish things up. Actually, action tier. They start mortaring it. This will actually tank damage, which I also think will affect you. Like if you're near something like this, they already lands there. This will actually tank some of the damage and protect you somewhat. That could probably still kill you. Yeah, building this reinforcements actually protects you guys. If you're in just a normal trench, foxhole does reduce explosive damage, but now if I do this, actually but okay, let's say a grenade lands right here. I'd estimate it might do like maybe like 50-60 damage. That is above the trench here, but now let's say it lands here. I'm not taking any damage. Maybe if I take damage, it's like 10 damage. Yeah, build these trench reinforcements, build parapets. The roofs are very key too. Tank a shell right above you. But yeah, that's just a quick way to build an elevated position. And you can see we've been the playing field a lot. Like from being down here up here, drastic. Shovel, hit X when you see that little red arrow. Add dirt, right? Sometimes so low and deep in the cover, but so yeah guys, it's basically just a quick rundown of some of the base building we're working on. See a lot of principles in action here. Layers of defense, barbed wire traps. Barbed wire traps might just be my favorite thing to make. I don't know, it's just something about it. I got a lot of kills today, and sadly a lot of it was actually against teammates. I don't believe barbed wire actually counts as you getting a kill, but as it counts as them committing. But the map I was playing, not Vimy Ridge. Vimy. I think it starts with an N. I built like a crazy barbed wire pit completely around the last objective, and there was ways to get out, but like my teammates just, they would spawn and they would do this, guys. Why that barbed wire is not damaged. But yeah, they would just spawn and do that. So I was just like, what? built. That's some creative stuff and seeing. Hope you learn. Hope you guys come up with some. I love seeing. Adds to your own. I think the most creative. Not stealing, they take inspiration from us. Copy it, but make it. Yes, it's definitely hard to build this much in a real game. Here's the thing. This here is actually saved, so you're here in the beginning. I was explaining how you can actually go into single player, you can build stuff and you can save it. If you hit save scene to file, it'll save everything you've built. I'll show you when I quit how you access that app. Okay? The whole idea of me doing this was to kind of show some principles of and things you can do, like the barbed wire traps. I mean, show you here, like it's a barbed wire pit, right? Also like the stuff I was doing with the planks of wood. Oh, I gotta show you guys what I was gonna do for like attack. If you're attacking as an engineer and you ever come across barbed wire pits, set up your planks of wood, right? Like go across a trench. You can actually set the barbed wire on top, or sorry, the planks of wood on top of the barbed wire. Sometimes you might still get hit by it. Sometimes you might still get hit by it, but jump on top of the wood and you can actually bypass it. Cool little trick. Allow you to bypass stuff like that. Thomas, back to what I was saying. Yesterday I was actually playing with a subscriber, and just me and him, check out the VOD, we made a pretty, it wasn't a massive base, but it was a tight base, and we were creating these raids, stuff like that, right? So you're working together with someone else in a real game, pretty good. And you got to remember too, in this game, there's when you join a server, there's 17 games, right? There's a map vote after each game, so you can go back to the same territory and you'll notice it'll say second battle, third battle, first battle, fourth battle, fifth battle, right? You're playing a map that's on the fourth battle, and let's say I built all this by the second battle, then the third and fourth battles that we have all these defenses is going to be very valuable to us. So if you spend the first game or the first battle of a map building really good reinforcement, it's going to really benefit you when you fight there in the second. But no, definitely like building all this by yourself, it wouldn't be possible. You need to build this base that I built here, you probably need like 5 to 10 engines. I've seen engineers work pretty fast. Once you get a couple guys digging, a couple guys placing, and you just by hammering, you build a base. I find. I would say you can get this section here done. Couple minutes over. Guys, that is up eventually. Yeah, guys. Night. Enjoy.